If you're like most Americans, you may have fond memories of McDonald's. Maybe you remember going there with your family as a little kid. You'd go to McDonald's and get your little Happy Meal, and you'd eat as fast as you could so you could go play in the play place. Or maybe you remembered the French fries, the McFlurry, or the particular meal you'd order every time. Or maybe you just remember it being better than it is now. Because for the last few years, the vibe has been that the iconic McDonald's we all remember is dead. And instead, McDonald's just kinda sucks now. So recently, some videos of McDonald's snack wrap launch popped onto my For You page.
It's back, the very first snack wrap. And there's a million more where this one came from.
And spoiler alert, it didn't go great. And it made me laugh because it's like, what the heck has happened to McDonald's? Like, you guys can't even launch an extremely hyped item properly? What is going on over there? Now, I personally don't eat much McDonald's anymore due to my personal propensity toward obesity, but I've been noticing that whenever people bring McDonald's up online, all of a sudden, it's usually very bad. But for years, they were the undisputed American king of fast food. Like, as a Canadian, when I think of American food, I think of fast food. And when I think of fast food, I think of McDonald's. But those days seem to be over because lately it's like McDonald's cannot get it together. It seems like all they do lately is make their customers angry. They've been raising prices while seemingly cutting corners, and people are not happy.
Okay, that's what we got. I wouldn't say it's terrible, but the thing with McDonald's bringing back snack wraps at this point in time, there are so many other fast food restaurants that have wraps now. You gotta really step up your game.
And the snack wrap launch is kind of everything altogether of what is wrong with today's McDonald's. And so today, that is what we'll be discussing. I find a lot of cool stuff on TikTok, but sometimes the algorithm is just too good. Like, why do you know that about me? Good. It's creepy. So privacy, or the lack of it, has been on my mind a lot lately, especially after learning about today's sponsor, Incogni. Incogni is a personal information removal service that helps you fight back against data brokers. If you're not familiar, data brokers are companies that collect personal info, your name, address, social handles, court records, even your social security number. Then they build a profile on you and sell it to whoever's buying. And the stuff they know is wild. Some of their marketing list names have been leaked. Listen to these: rural and barely making it, tough start young single parents, ethnic second city strugglers. Yeah, they've got us profiled. And when your info is out there for sale, it's not just annoying spam calls. It's also identity theft, fraudulent loans, and who knows what else. Incogni helps you take back control. Here's how it works. You give them just enough info to locate your data, and they go to work, contacting over 230 data brokers to get it removed. It's all automated. You just check in on the progress and chill. And no, Incogni is not a VPN. VPNs protect your activity while you're online. Incogni removes the data that's already been scooped up and sold. If you're in the US, they've added a new custom removal service too, where you can ask them to take your info off those creepy people search sites. These sites are becoming a real privacy problem. If you've ever Googled your full name and city, you've probably been shocked how many people search sites have your full information public for anyone to access, even landlords and employers. With customs removal, you just point out where your data is showing up, and Incogni's privacy pros do the rest. It's honestly shocking how much these companies know about us, but Incogni can help. Take back your personal data with Incogni. Use code Docherty at the link below and get 60% off an annual plan. Incogni is available risk-free for 30 days, meaning you can try it out and get a full refund if you aren't happy with the service. Click the link below and use my code Docherty to get 60% off an annual plan with Incogni. Thanks to Incogni for sponsoring today's video. So before we talk about how we got here to this semi-batch snack wrap launch,
It's back.
Literally do not talk to me.
we need to go back in time. Now, like any young fat kid, I loved fast food growing up, and McDonald's had a special place in my heart. And I think that's true for every fat kid. Is there a North American fat kid in existence that doesn't have fond memories of McDonald's? I highly doubt it. But why is that? Well, it's because McDonald's launched a full-on assault on the brains of North American children. They partnered with every big kids movie. They partnered with every single cool toy. They partnered with every sports team, every athlete, every kid's birthday party in your class. They even did that thing. Do you guys remember when they like recruited teachers to get in on it? Everything you cared about as a child, McDonald's was there. And although as adults we might look back on that and be like, oh, that was actually kind of messed up. As a kid, it slapped, objectively. No matter where you lived, your economic status, McDonald's was there, okay? So is it really any wonder that we have a whole nation of people who then grow up and have a nostalgia for McDonald's and are sad about the transition from this to this? Damn, the gray on gray really was a choice, wasn't it? This image was posted on a Facebook group called Greasy News. And let me tell you, all the boomers that follow it are not happy about this switch. McDonald's in the 90s/2000s era compared to the modern day era. The bottom looks like an urgent care. Urgent care. That's a good one. This guy just said, bank. I don't like the new McDonald's. I like the one from the 80s. Ray Kroc would be turning over in his grave. Absolutely. Anyway, they do have a point. When you put them side by side like that, the bottom, it looks absolutely horrendous. It looks like a cold, soulless corporate prison. But if we zoom in on the top here, I mean, yeah, sure, it's colorful. It's a little unique and whimsical. I mean, it has like a purple castle, a helicopter piece, gigantic Lego looking palm trees. Yeah, it looks whimsical as hell. But why is that? Well, because McDonald's was all about shamelessly marketing to children. And the loss of fun that you remember is just because McDonald's has like dialed that back just a few shades. To be clear, they do still do it. They've just dialed it back. Yeah, I mean, McDonald's got the hell suit out of them for pandering to kids, though. That's also why you don't see Ronald anywhere anymore, which really sucks. We all loved Ronald, and it was a great, fun place for kids. But some parents blamed McD's instead of themselves for overfeeding their kids hamburgers and blamed it on them. So this was all intentional. Ronald was discontinued during the clown phase of clowns running around with axes back in 2016. I saw a video that explained this. Okay, I have seen so many things saying that that is why they retired Ronald. But in my opinion, first guy's right, second guy's wrong. You think McDonald's retired their 50-year mascot over some clown sightings that lasted like 2 months and people forgot immediately?
This disturbing image was posted on a Facebook page called Flomo Clown, along with messages telling school students, "We want to play, see you at school, and it's going down tonight." These professional clowns say the reports are deeply upsetting and hurting their business.
It does make the job a bit harder.
It was convenient for McDonald's to be like, yeah, it's the killer clown thing. Guess everyone's scared of clowns now, so Ronald better hit the books. In my opinion, there is literally 0% chance that that's true. 0% chance. Moms had been campaigning to get rid of Ronald for years. They used to send that guy into schools, and moms did not like that. And by that time, it was really reaching a fever pitch. Not to mention, I mean, clowns really just are not cool to the modern child. It's kind of hard to believe that clowns were ever cool to children. But when Ronald debuted, Bozo the Clown was the biggest kids show on TV.
I've got an important question to ask you. Are you all set for lots of fun and fabulous prizes?
And McDonald's actually went in and snatched up the actor that played Bozo the Clown to be their mascot. So they took the guy from the most loved kids show on TV and made him their mascot. Truly evil genius shit. And at the time, they were actually choosing between clowns and cowboys because Westerns were the other big thing with kids. And McDonald's didn't just retire Ronald, they also brought in a new mascot, this guy. Which coincidentally really mimics the current most iconic kids show or kids franchise on TV, Despicable Me and the Minions. So you see, McDonald's is typically playing on another level. You don't see any other company thinking like that. They truly, really were evil geniuses at what they did. But according to today's customers, McDonald's transition has not just been visual. McDonald's itself has allegedly become a shell of its former self.
I remember the last McDouble I had. I got it from the drive-thru and I was driving home and I took a bite out of it and I looked down and I looked at what the burger looked like. And I told myself, this is the last one. It's just not good, bro. Like, there it is. Like, look at that. You know what that looks like? That looks like a flaccid, like, it just looks nasty.
Again, this is a company that used to be the undisputed king of American fast food. It practically invented fast food the way we know it today. There's a really, really good book on this called McDonald's Behind the Golden Arches. You cannot leave reading that book without being like, oh shit, McDonald's truly was iconic. And McDonald's really used to represent three things: fast food, cheap food, consistent food. But over the last few years, McDonald's has made a bunch of changes that have made it so that they seem to not be delivering on these 3 core things. Customers complain that McDonald's is no longer fast, it's not consistent, and it is definitely not cheap. The biggest gripe by far being the price thing. McDonald's has really cranked the prices in the last few years to the point that people are like pitchfork angry. In 2024, McDonald's went viral when someone shared a picture of an $18 Big Mac meal for sale in their area. McDonald's $18 Big Mac has customers fired up, not loving it. Customers slam McDonald's location for selling $18 Big Macs, saying the prices are nuts. Yes, a McDonald's location charged $18 for a Big Mac, but the chain says that was the exception. Is the $18 Big Mac combo what finally broke America? I came across so much vintage footage of McDonald's while writing this, and it's almost hard to believe when you contrast it with the prices today. Look at that. So yeah, it was not a small price change. And the thing is, fast food is supposed to be cheap food. That's literally part of it. Everybody knows it's been slopped together by a bunch of teenagers in the back. That's part of why it's cheap. And fast food is at the point where it's no longer a daily affordable thing for a lot of people. And it feels like McDonald's is leading the pack when it comes to overinflated prices, which is obviously deranged because it's like, are you guys forgetting what your whole business model is? You're literally supposed to be like the temple of fast and cheap. But yeah, it's gotten to the point where people feel truly taken advantage of and they are over it. McDonald's is dead to me now. McDonald's sucks now. Does anyone suspect that McDonald's is dying? It's like they're trying to drive away their customers. McDonald's own subreddit is full of hate and complaints. And yeah, this has been messing with McDonald's sales.
McDonald's has recorded a rare decline in global sales. Industry experts citing a change in consumer buying habits and the rise of new competitors. The fast food giant has been described by some Australians as being too expensive for what it's worth.
They need to find ways to get customers back in the door.
So yeah, I mean, I feel like it's safe to say that present day McDonald's feels a lot like it looks. Cold, soulless, forgettable, and poorly thought out. But the interesting part is how McDonald's has responded to this. Well, the main thing that they've been doing the last few years to stop themselves from hemorrhaging customers is trying to lure you back in with the nostalgia of old McDonald's. Yeah, they've been keeping prices high, keeping quality low, clearly cutting corners, but then daring to lure you back in with the nostalgia of old McDonald's. You might remember they did that whole adult Happy Meal thing a few years ago. That was a nostalgia play. Grimace Shake, nostalgia play. They brought back some old McNugget dipping sauces from the 80s, 90s, and 2000s and literally said, dip into 3 flavors of McDonald's nostalgia. Nostalgia is a powerful emotional force. That's why brands love getting you as a little kid. Then they get to hit you with nostalgia your entire life. And the most recent entry into this nostalgia saga for McDonald's is the re-release of the snack wrap.
It's back. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah! You thought I forgot! You thought it'd be that easy! Run me my snack wrap!
The snack wraps are back at McDonald's after 9 years.
McDonald's bring back the motherfucking snack wrap!
I'm loving it. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Let's get to business.
Okay, part of the reason I wanted to talk about this is because look how they originally announced the launch of the snack wrap last year. McDonald's USA president talks about contained E. coli outbreak, comma, return of snack wraps.
So the outbreak has been contained. That's been announced.
What happened is, we had onions served on quarter pounders in about 900 restaurants that were the potential source of E. coli. I want to apologize to all of our customers out there who were harmed by this incident.
They're also bringing back another popular menu item. Reveal the secret.
The snack wrap will be back in 2025.
So yeah, last year McDonald's actually gave a bunch of people E. coli and one person actually did die. So McDonald's has the president go on TV and be like, yeah, sorry about the E. coli, but in other news, the snack wraps are back. And the top comment on this video, okay? Someone died. Second comment, the snack wrap is back, baby. So yeah, I guess that little stunt worked. People were so excited about the snack wrap launch that they forgot to be annoyed that McDonald's literally killed someone. But back to the snack wrap. If you don't know what a snack wrap is, it's a tortilla with breaded or grilled chicken, a sauce, and lettuce and cheese. The McDonald's snack wrap launched in 2006, but then was retired in 2016. Now, according to Wikipedia, this was due to disappointing sales, but despite this, I guess McDonald's snack wrap was like a cult classic item.
This has a cult following. I get so many emails into my inbox about this product. It will be back in 2025.
A cult following for the snack wrap.
It does. It really does.
Okay.
And people have been seriously begging for it to return since it left. It's just a fan favorite and people really loved it. I also found a few social media accounts literally dedicated to the return of the snack wrap. Bring back the wrap. We miss you. There is no I'm loving it without a snack wrap. We even have a change.org petition. I don't really get it. I know that I have definitely eaten it at some point in my life, but I really do not remember it being anything special. But apparently a lot of people felt extremely passionately about wanting it to return. So McDonald's in crisis said, okay, we'll give you back the snack wrap. Just forget about the E. coli, okay? And after a year to officially launch it back into the world, they debuted it on July 10th, 2025 with this fun video.
It's back. You know what I'm talking about. You've been asking for it for years and years. You've been sending me emails, been posting on social media. Bring back the snack wrap. Well, it's back. Here it is. The very first snack wrap. And there's a million more where this one came from.
Okay, we're finally about to watch the video. I really only wanted to make this video about this video that we're gonna watch, but I literally don't know how to make a video simple like that. I just always overcomplicate it and we ended up here. So the CEO of McDonald's is about to like mukbang the snack wrap. Mood. He does it quite, I would say unenthusiastically with his very monotone voice.
For years and years.
His overall lack of enthusiasm.
Bring back the snack wrap.
And most importantly, his hot little hands.
I have here my hot little hands, the spicy snack wrap. So let's dig in. I'll give you a quick review on it and then we will move to the creamy ranch. Oh yeah, so good.
Okay, I feel like you can't say so good before you've tasted it. You said it's the first one.
Very easy to hold in your hand. The wait was 100% worth it. The anticipation that's been building when you actually bite into this, incredible. That's the spicy. High bar on the spicy. We'll see if the creamy ranch can match it. Looks the same on the outside, doesn't it? Here we go. Delightfully different on the inside. You know, I think I'm going to have to declare the creamy ranch is the winner. Although I highly encourage you to actually try both and make your own decision. Snack wraps, they're back at last.
When you play that back, you notice that he's making like micro expressions of disgust that give that I've never eaten McDonald's before and I will never eat it again. Like if you freeze frame, there's tons of these. This is the actual face my dog makes when he was expecting something good, but I give him something sus instead. The whole thing definitely just comes off as very mechanical and unnatural.
Looks the same on the outside, doesn't it? Delightfully different on the inside.
But I think the biggest thing is that this video failed to convince me that the McDonald's CEO has eaten at McDonald's before and will eat at McDonald's again.
Oh yeah, so good.
Like I feel like I want to walk away from this video feeling like we know that the CEO finished those. You know what I mean? Like that's what he had for lunch. That's how you want to feel, I feel like. But that is not the vibe that I get. I feel like if we took a poll right now, what percentage of people think that he actually finished those versus throwing it in the garbage? I think we all know he threw them in the garbage. Also, I'm sure it was awkward for him to make, but like as the CEO of the company, literally no one should be more excited about this snack wrap launch than you. Other than there are definitely some McDonald's like super fans, like those like collector types. Also, we know that there are those people who like ran the snack wrap fan accounts. Fair, okay? Those groups of people, they're the only people who should be more excited about this than you.
The snack wraps are back and my body is so ready.
Yet the CEO was just bringing us this.
Looks the same on the outside, doesn't it? Here we go. Delightfully different on the inside.
And the comments in reaction to it were really kind of like as lukewarm as the vibes. Clearly the CEO has never eaten McDonald's. This was his first time trying McDonald's. We are boycotting. All in all, really just not how you want your extremely hyped item launch to go. Like on that post, not one commenter was like, yay, the snack wraps are back. And the very top comment on the video was actually a post about a completely different company. The top comment was about the McDonald's CEO trying to copy the Red Lobster CEO. Because a couple of months ago, Red Lobster was going viral for having a really cool CEO. As a food company posting on social media, hoping for people to be interested in your product, it really could not have gone better for Red Lobster though. I love you. We went last week because of your TikTok. Bro saved Red Lobster. This CEO is awesome. I'm rooting for this guy. You saved Red Lobster. But on McDonald's end, it was really just like lukewarm as hell. So yeah, the snack wrap launched with that video. And to be fair, some people were very excited, okay? James Charles was excited.
Okay. Oh my God, I never thought I'd see the day.
Some people tried it and said it was everything they wanted it to be. The nostalgia was all there.
So what do customers think of the reboot?
Look, after nearly 10 long years, we get to sink our teeth into one.
Had you had one before?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
It's like taking a bite of nostalgia.
But does the spicy hit? That's what I'm wondering about. Woo! How could I doubt the golden arches? This is gas.
Oh, I've missed the snack wrap. My baby, my love, my perfect order.
Tastes like 2006 nostalgia.
It's magnificent, it's beautiful, it's wonderful.
I am getting a little bit of nostalgia, but I'm also getting a little bit of new. Like, these tortillas seem bigger.
Some people were just meh.
You a food thug like me? You bite this joint from the middle.
What the hell happened to the McDonald's snack wrap?
This is what you've been waiting for. It is a mouthful of lettuce.
I wouldn't say it's terrible.
This one is wrapped like a burrito. A ton of tortilla.
This is a salad. A chicken salad.
There are so many other fast food restaurants that have wraps now. Like, for me, this doesn't even compare to, let's say, Burger King wraps. Better.
I don't get any wild ranch on this bite. I get more lettuce than anything else.
This is what y'all been hyping up?
Arby's wraps, dare I say better.
Overall, the Popeyes ones are way better. I can't believe some of y'all waited 12 years for this.
Ooh, Sonic has really good wraps.
That's what you were waiting for. Ooh.
It was good, but overhyped. This has to be a nostalgia thing because it's not based on flavor.
You gotta really step up your game nowadays if you want to compete with these other restaurants.
And then some people had this experience.
Hey, what's this? I'm not hungry anymore. I'm not hungry. No. 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 No thanks. No, I'm good. No, that was really quite disturbing.
Okay, I feel like the most obvious reaction is, what could that be? Like, what could that be? My first thought is that it has to be one of these. We all know these. Personally, these things disgust me to no end. When I cut that thing out of the chicken, I cut that thing and whatever's left is left. That's the thing. It's not that though, is it? Because it loops back around. Because why does it loop back around? And why is it so stretchy? This guy called it a chicken rotator cuff, which I like is the best thing you could possibly call it. I cook a lot of chicken breast. I don't think I've ever seen anything like that in my entire life. Really wanted to do a review for you guys, but unfortunately they served me chicken rotator cuff. And he was not the only person who was served a surprise in their snack wrap.
Literally do not talk to me. McDonald's, I was giving you one fucking chance for the snack wrap. You got me fucked up.
All the comments are like, it's the rotator cuff. I love how the rotator cuff thing just completely caught on. At least that piece was familiar though. At least that piece was like chicken-esque. But I feel like my main question here is, what cost-saving measures were applied here that resulted in a piece like that? And the thing is though, yeah, okay, that was definitely chicken, right? Technically. But we would consider this to be a quality control failure on McDonald's part, because the customer is really not paying for little extras like that. And the question is like, no, like, where did you even get that? Like, what cut of the chicken are you getting this from? Yeah, I literally got that CEO video in my feed, and then I got James Charles, and then I got those videos. And I was like, damn, It seems like a lot of people with the snack wrap had a really bad experience. McDonald's Reddit page has tons of images of people's messed up snack wraps, with many people describing it as rubbery. I saw the word rubbery a lot. Some news websites also seem to agree that McDonald's fumbled the return. But for the final review, I figured we should turn to a true expert.
Hello everyone! This is Running on Empty Food Review. McDonald's has brought back their snack wraps. That's right. I used to love these things. I really did. You go back probably to whenever they last had them, 2010 or so. I used to eat these things all the time. They were perfect. You can see it's a wrap, and on the front there it says snack wrap. So, with that said, let's try it out. This is the spicy one. Let's see how good it is. From McDonald's, it's going in. The cross section is still kind of sad, I guess. Look at that. That's sad. That's just sad. That little white thing right there, that's your chicken. That's what I paid $4 for. What should I even expect anymore? You know, picture tells 1,000 words. There you go. This is what you want to get, what you hope to get. This is what you might get.
That is where McDonald's is at now. McDonald's tried to lure you in with the nostalgia of old McDonald's while giving you everything you hate about new McDonald's. This is really what happens when a company tries to grow by cutting costs instead of just doing better. And it really is crazy because it truly is unlike the evil genius McDonald's that we all know. Like as if McDonald's from the past would mess up the launch of an extremely hyped product. And to be fair, the snack wrap is bringing in sales from what I've seen. Apparently it's actually doing a few positive things. But McDonald's used to optimize everything that they did. Do you remember that rumor about their Coke being better than regular Coke? Well, it wasn't a rumor, it was true. McDonald's literally perfected the ratio of like syrup to carbonation in their drink fountains. They also made a bigger straw so more molecules would hit your tongue. That is the level that McDonald's is used to playing on, and now they're up to this. So yeah, maybe we're seriously witnessing the downfall of McDonald's. I highly doubt it. I feel like they'll probably just kick that CEO to the can and keep it moving, but yeah, McDonald's used to optimize everything that it did. Every move was so calculated, and now they're just slopping it up and they don't care if you notice. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Also, if you haven't seen my video on McDonald's drive-thru and how crazy optimized it is with behavioral science, check it out.